April where you are, and you're expecting nice weather and shit, but it's 20 degrees. So, you might be somewhere where it's too fucking hot. So, you might have sore legs, sore back, sore shoulder. So, the struggle is real. It never gets any easier. You gotta get harder. Weak people hate strong minds. There's an infestation of weak people in this fucking world. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. Speak your thoughts. Speak the truth. But what happens is the goal of weak people is to silence you. So what they do to you is to isolate you. The more they isolate you, the more you want to put a fucking down. You want to sew up your mouth right in the middle. You start speaking out both sides of your mouth. You don't stand for shit. And eventually what happens is, you make you so fucking soft, you become a fucking bobblehead. You start to shake your head, yes. Whatever they fucking want. Speak the truth. Don't be a fucking bobblehead. Stay hard.
This is sick. Let's see this.
It's the second round of the day.
This is
109 degrees. But y'all don't care about that shit. My fucking legs are fucking dying right now. Heavy as shit. But y'all don't care about that shit.
That's fire.
My toenails.
We'll be listening.
Stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals.
And some boys never get there.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man.
I've listened to this one a lot.
Sun don't stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless.
I remember this.
That sun is gonna be up.
This
in
is
the
the
morning
video.
regardless
This
of
video
how
I listen to every
feel
day when I start training. I
and
will
how
send it to
depressed I
everyone.
am. The sun is gonna fucking shine.
I sent this one to all
And
of
the
them.
time is gonna be there. You gonna
Remember
let these days gonna keep
captions
going by.
and then he got.
So do you let the days go by and look up
This guy,
and
I
you're wasting a
remember the
year
day
doing
I
what? What do you just pick it up?
I was
It's
listening-
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin
Figure it
Hart.
out, made some mistakes,
Yeah, he's like
life goes
super-
on.
He's famous with the
We figure
Rock,
out life from this
but I
point.
don't remember.
You wanna become best, you wanna become
I
champion.
love the. I
Now you
did
wanna say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired, he have personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
works.
We're all writing a book.
This
What's your book look like?
looks like it works.
What does your
Even with
fucking
this,
book look like? Like your life is a book.
Holder.
You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book? How good was your book? What was the ending to your book?
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since 20 years. It was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Man, my vertical was a 40, wasn't a 46 or 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. Right, so you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast. Right, so I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more, and it just never changed.
What I found is that winning doesn't happen on show day. It happens in the early mornings, painful workouts, long cardio sessions, and hungry nights. It happens in those moments of fear we all have when faced with a difficult goal, and then more so in what you make of that fear. It happens in every second of every day before you win. If you can take every opportunity you have to bring yourself closer to your goal, win every one of those opportunities, all while becoming more resilient in the process, how can you lose? That is an exciting opportunity.
I became obsessed with being the baddest that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We're live.
All this stuff people say, you gotta to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off.
How bad do you want it? There's two options. To continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is giving birth, and forever you will live in the reality.
What is good?
If you stop, quit, throw the towel. I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to ever find that dream again. For it's dead. And in its death,
I can't afford the inner circle. Fuck.
What's the least amount
Bro,
of sleep?
I would join the inner circle before price goes up, though. Inner circle is where it's at, alright? I'm not gonna talk about, didn't come on here to talk about the inner circle, but I see some people talking about it.
Oof. Damn, that was a fire trade.
This is the daily. Today moved a lot.
Ooh.
$4,000 to $4,100 plus here. $100 move on the day.
Crazy.
Maybe this sets the stone for the bull run again. Maybe we're back. Like this might, who knows? A daily candle like this. Big daily candle on gold. We got to talk about this. We got some important stuff to talk about here for gold, because moving forward we might be going up more. Look at the weekly. Holy. Look at the weekly close. Last week closed perfect to just fuel this move last week. See how last week's candle closed? That ignited this week. You got a solid close on the week. Like, trading can be even that. Like, the weekly is not always going to line up to the point where you're like, oh, next week should go up. It's like a lot of traders who saw this red candle were like, yo, next week's going to go down. They like, a lot of traders knew the following week was going to go down because of the weekly momentum. It switched. So you get like, we ended last week, and I said this on the last stream of the week last week. I was saying, like, the way the weekly's ending, because someone brought it up in the chat too. I think it was Shane. If I remember, I have a photographic memory, so I think it was like Shane who said the weekly candle could flip, and I was like, that's a good point. Pretty sure it was friggin' Shane or someone, Sean or Shane. I swear it was Shane. We were talking about on one of the last streams we did how the weekly candle could flip on gold, right here. Someone brought it up in the chat last week, at the end of last week, like 3 days ago. 652 views. You guys missing out. You guys missing out on information. I always give like clues. And sometimes there's people in the chat who will say stuff, and I'm like, I'm like, I agree. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Fucking Shane the other day mentioned this, and I was like, yo, that makes sense. I didn't even take that into consideration. The weekly candle last week, we were talking about how if this thing flips like green, we were talking about this right here. The weekly could be in a position. First of all, this could be any time frame right here. This could be the 4 hour. This could be the daily. It's the weekly though. It's just understanding candlestick analogy, structure of candlesticks. Because let's pretend this was a 4 hour, or let's pretend this was a daily. It was the weekly, obviously, but we could visualize this and be like, what if this is the daily? What if this is a 4 hour? You can get the same concept on other time frames. That's where I've learned this type of stuff, but obviously the weekly is a higher time frame, so you're not going to get a lot of signals on the weekly like you got last week, finishing this candle last week. Explosive move this week. Because Wednesday is inflation report. Brace your portfolios. Wednesday might be a who knows kind of day. And then apparently the government's going to reopen. If you saw yesterday, the airlines, 700 airlines, 700 flights canceled, I think it was, something like that. So if you saw yesterday to the last like 24, 48 hours because of the government shutdown, TSA workers, they're not showing up because government government employees haven't been getting paid. So some people aren't showing up because they're not getting paid. And like, imagine going to work. Imagine going to that job and you're not getting paid. And then there's other people not working, no one's showing up. And then it'd be chaos. People would just want to leave too. Like, I would leave. I would be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Personally. Donald Trump. I did that. Government's reopening, from what I'm hearing. This is the first time I've dealt with so much fundamentals in the market like this. Like, in the last year, it's like, wow. I think I've gained so much experience in the last 4 to 6 months. I think like the 11 years I've been trading have led to like this year to be able to manage through and gauge through all this fucking chaos and stuff we've had. Crazy. Wednesday might be a crazy day, honestly, for your portfolios. Like, brace. You never know. Like, crypto's pumping right now a bit. Gold's pumping, and like, as long as we stay like in this range, like, look, we reversed. This might be a new leg for gold. Like, if we stay in this structure here, look at the weekly. We stay in this structure this week, like, next week could easily continue as well. Like, take gold to $5,000 type of thing, 4,500 back to the highs at least. Like, this might be kicking back up again. Now we broke out of like this. Got like a breakout, you can see. We consolidated for like 2 weeks. Pretty much down here was a consolidation. Consolidated there. Now it's far. 50 4,050. It's far. 75. We're above 4,100. Do we maintain 4,100 tonight? Questionable. Do we maintain 4,100? That's questionable. When I look at possibilities moving forward, I'm bullish. So I'm overall bullish. So I ask myself, I look at what's closest, what's farthest. I go, okay, closest to me is 4,100. And this 4088 area right there. That's closest to me in terms of maintaining price. Can we maintain above a level? Here would be maybe an area that we maintain. We hold above $4,100. We stay above it. We could stay possibly above that $4,100 level. I like to use the word maintain. Prices are kind of like floors, grids. Give you like barriers. If you're above a certain price, it's like the market could just overall maintain that price. Or above the $4,100. $4,100 is a key level right now that we're above. We could possibly just maintain that price level. This is a high that's holding. Like, there's a few things. Like, I think because we're above 4,100 and the way we've moved, it feels bullish and it looks bullish to me. There's a high there. Around 4,100. That area, see, like that area? We have this high here, I'm seeing, which gave us a nice retracement down to 75. So we often talk about quarters, right? Anybody who's consistently here, anyone who's in my inner circle should know this, unless you're like brand new and you got to study some stuff. But anybody who's been, let's just say, consistently following me should know about the quarters, right? Type in the chat if you know what the quarters are with gold. A lot of you guys should. Like, I would expect most of you guys here know. Yeah. Overall, I think we're bullish. We're bullish. We just broke out. I think buys will continue. Just tonight, like, market closes soon. So tonight, it's like looking at that 4,100. Like, do we stay above 4,100? We could obviously go even a little bit below $4,100. Maybe make a wick down, try to retest some lower levels like 88 or 90. One moment, just doing something here important. Give me a second. Just adding someone here. Yeah, because if we're looking at the 4 hour, it's way too far. Like, if we're like, okay, look where price is right now. It's like, yeah, if you're looking for a retracement down to here, previous resistance, it's too far. You might, it's like I said last night, sometimes you got to look at what's in front of you, what's closest with gold, and be prepared for like maybe a option B, like a plan B. Because like with gold, it's very continuous. It can just work in the direction, and you can find like big trades on smaller time frames. Like last night we were talking about that first pullback. Remember the first pullback it did? I was talking about this last night, and I said, well, if we break above, we could look for the retest of 4,050, and it did exactly what I said last night. It did exactly, like, usually it doesn't, usually I'm not going to say it did 100% of what I said, but it literally did 100% of what I said yesterday. Like, it broke above the resistance, made a new high, retested 4,050. You had your break and retest there, smaller time frame. It did exactly what I said last night. Like, exactly what I said last night. Last night I was telling you guys, like, before it even broke out, I was saying maybe it'll break out of the resistance, do a retest of 4,050, and then continue the move. Because that's what's there. That's what's in front of you. Like, if you're able to spot certain things, like this morning, for example, I caught a trade this morning. This morning, I sent a signal in the inner circle at 10:46 this morning for a buy on gold. We smashed take profit 4 on this one. Take profit 4 got smashed on this trade. This was a fire trade. This morning, I sent a signal on this pullback. I let the market come down, and it hit 75. We often, again, like I said, we talk about those quarters. You had that 75 level. I saw price rejected off of that. It made a quick move up on this candle. This one started to reject. So after that candle closed, I was taking the trade on gold. I was taking buys. I put my stop loss right below the low on the previous candle. So I was entering between like 86 and 82 area. So I put my stop loss right at the wick here. For example, look at the stop loss, 74. That rode up. I just got out of that like not too long ago. Like when it hit like 4,010. That was a trade I caught today on gold buys. Retracement came into another supply and demand area right here. If you look, we're catching volume. We're trading into another area here as well. That's recognizable where there's candlestick movement. Right here is supply and demand. Why is this supply and demand? Look at the way the price is moving before it explodes to the upside and makes a new higher high, right? Price creates a new higher high here, okay? But it trades out of this area that is also going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then you break out a clean fluid movement, fluid movement, right? It's straight, creates a higher high in the structure, comes from an area here of supply and demand. We trade back into that 4,075 level, rejection candle, market timing, New York session. Everything I teach you guys. Everything I teach you guys. Now buy now, it's not the best time to buy now. Like, obviously, like, it's like not the best time. Like, it's 3:40. Like, it'll probably finish the day up a bit more. Like, it's gonna finish the day green. It's probably gonna go up in the next like 30-40 minutes, but like, just because I know gold, it usually like finishes the day green. Like, literally, gold will pump in the last like hour of the day before it closes. It would be better. Like, tonight I'll be on Inner Circle. I'm giving you guys a rundown right now of probably what I'm going to be planning towards tonight going into London session. I got to remove all this, but there's this high here on the 4-hour actually. See right here. See this high right here? Important. Right there. Important. Important spot. Okay? You get above that, you could look for continuation, like last night. So someone literally just said, I rewatched the session and back tested it. It was perfect. I know. And I do that a lot. Like, come on. That high there on the 4-hour is important. Okay? We get above that, we could look for a similar play like last night. For example, what I was saying, like pullback continuation on that high. See that? Retest continuation. If we break above that. Break and close above that could be a possibility. Right? That's one possibility for a bullish move. There's different scenarios here, okay? Like, depending on how price moves. If price just keeps going up, it's okay. That's actually information for us. If price just keeps going up, we have some information there about price. It tells us, okay, we're technically still like bullish in a way because we're breaking up a key high. That could be one scenario right there. If you join the Inner Circle, don't worry, I'm going to add you guys to the Discord. I know like some people just joined. Like, I got to add like 2 people to the Discord, I think, that just joined. So just after this session, I'm going to get everybody added to the indicators and the Discord. We have like 510. I think a few people are missing from the Discord. Like 2 or 3 of you are not in the Discord. Because you just joined today, though. That high is important, especially if price breaks above that. You could watch the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute time frames if we break above that high. All right, remember that high's on the 4-hour there. You can see it. Go to the line chart. So we take the line chart. It's right there. Okay. We could, if we're able to grind above that, we could potentially maintain the price, maintain that level, and that could hold. That's one scenario. Ideally, we can mark 4,100 right now. Go to the 2-hour. We can see there's a high at 4,100. We could also take here, right here. So we're marking this point right here. Kind of visualize like an area that price could return to, but still maintain. And we can visualize this as like an area that price could come to. Maybe it just rejects solid off of 4,100. Like it could come to that area and still maintain the move. But we could just maybe we have like a good move off of 4,100. Yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on this tonight, going into tomorrow. We have a live session tonight inside the inner circle tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's in like 4 hours from now. I'll be back on inner circle. It's going to be a training session / just live analysis. We're going to be doing some training and live analysis. We're going to see where gold's at tonight. Junk mail? Junk mail. Check your junk mail if you just joined. You might be in your junk mail. Check junk mail. It usually goes there. Now we're looking for continuations. $100 is now at $200. I could have flipped it way more, but yo, I put $800 in an account today and flipped it to $3,000 like, on a trade on gold. Yeah, so it's a good day on one account. Literally, I put $810 and I'm at 3K on that one trade. So I'm looking for the next trade. I can do a withdraw by tomorrow. That'd be fire if I could just withdraw like a quick little 5K or something. 6K, whatever. I can flip this 3K too now. I got some margin. I got some room for risk. I flipped 800 to 3K in one trade. This trade, I flipped it to 3K, $810. 810 and 42 cents. It's now $3,000 because of this trade. Now I got some room for risk. Now I got some room for the risk. Now I got some room to move forward on the next trade. I think tonight we'll have an opportunity. We just gotta stay patient, try to spot it, get on the charts, see what's there, you know? See if we can spot anything tonight. See if we can find something. I was able to find a good trade this morning, so took a little bit. It didn't take that much time. I was in bed when I was laying in my bed when I sent that trade. Literally. Wasn't even on my laptop. Waited. I was just waiting for gold to pull back at least. For me, the trade setup this morning made sense because it was like a good pullback on the 30-minute. We had a good pullback here on the 30. So I liked what the 30 was doing. I was like, okay, 30 looks good. Even if like I could have waited. See that candle? So look at the time I sent it. 10:46. I could have sent it after this candle right here. Look at the 1 hour. I sent it I saw the 30-minute. So I sent it based on, I was looking at the 30-minute. I was like, okay, I could have, look at the 1 hour even closed bullish here. We're waiting for a retracement tonight, if anything. Late Tokyo, maybe like pre-London hours, waiting for a retracement. I'm probably going to take a nap today so I can just stay up tonight, watch the charts, see what's good. Let's look left. See here? Let's look to the left. Let's see what we have to the left around this price action, all right? If we look here, where are we at? Let's look left here, down, or let's look over here. Last time we went up. See this? relative to where we are right now. This is relative. See over here? To the left. This might seem random, but gold really like respects a lot of moves on other sides. Especially like we're trading up. And like the last time we traded up like this was over here. So when we traded up last time, like over here, explosive movement up, we're getting a similar trading scenario right here. See how we're moving up in price and how we moved over here to the left. See what tonight brings. I wouldn't buy now. No, I would chill till tonight. Wait for Tokyo. Like if you're buying now, you want to see if this high holds right here where I'm going to put this zone. See this high? Like if you're buying, you're playing off of that high. Again, it's about, you got to understand what could happen and what's in front of you. There could be okay, so if you're buying right now, you're looking at what's in front of you. You're saying, okay, there's a high here. We just consolidated above this high, made a higher high. Potentially this high could hold. I'm going to go for that. But you also have to understand that doesn't have to hold too. Price could also go for a deeper retracement. You have to understand the lanes, the possibilities, the momentum, where price came from, where it is, where it could also go to. So based on where price is right now, you have this high here, right? You're in a trending structure right now. We have an uptrending structure right now. So it's like in the near term, or like what's in front of me right now, maybe the short term, it's like what's here right now is this. That could potentially hold, right? At the same time, you have to be prepared for if that doesn't hold, price will go down for the setup, the other setup. Tomorrow is, or not, Wednesday is an important day for crypto. I mean, right now, Bitcoin, we have this signal on Bitcoin right now that you can see is holding. Now, I think in 2022, let's go to 2022. Yeah. We're like either here or here. We could be like, look what happened here. Here? See what happened here in 2022 on Bitcoin? See how it bounced, but then it just went straight down? That's worst case scenario right now. Like, if that doesn't hold. I don't think it's going to go in a bear market as much as that did. We have a signal right now on Bitcoin that happened on like Saturday, end of last week. Like it hit the 50-day moving average here and it did bounce. Shisha time. Wednesday is going to be a big day. The question right now is if we hold this, if this week closes bullish, that's good. Next week will probably go up. Every time Bitcoin has come back to this moving average, it bounces off of it and it goes into a new high. It creates a new leg. Now, if you look at the last time this happened, you can see like we bounced, and the week that bounced closed bullish, and the following week also went up. But then you had these 2 weeks that came down before running up. So just try to imagine this here. Like try to imagine this price action here, where we are right now. yeah, we're probably gonna get like a recovery. We're getting a recovery right now, but it could flush out one more time. But this week's look, it's literally doing like, see here, it went up, it bounced, it recovered, and then it flushed out. It went back for the low. I did the same thing here. It recovered and it went back for the low. So recovery, back for the low before new high. That's what I see. And that would cause probably most pain because alts will drop. It's done it literally like 4 times in a row. This is the signal that most people aren't seeing right now, and I'm gonna be honest, boys, we need it to hold. We need it to hold, boys. We'll be honest, like, we'll tell you how it is. We need this to hold. Wednesday's like inflation report. Apparently, like, government's reopening, I think, this week. Like, a lot of stuff. Do I set a limit or nah? Limit order is not always enough. Like, depends. Like, I won't put a full limit order. I'll scale like little orders. Like if I'm wanting to catch a pullback, I'll start putting orders at different prices on the way down. Not like a full limit order at one price. Like I'll maybe like spread some orders around different prices. How many indicators right now? 3 or 4 right now. Smart money, golden zone, the like gold indicator, whole numbers. 3, I think 3 main ones. There's the go with the flow tool, but that's like incorporated in like one of the indicators. So 3 main ones. This could potentially hold, but I feel like we'll get a flush out. Like I feel like we'll get literally like what it did here. Flush out, because we are also in like fear. The market's in a fearful stage right now. So this recovery is making people feel good. You know, price recovers, people start to feel good again. Okay, we're back, we're recovering. There's some green price action happening all across the board. Some coins are pumping, having some good gains. XRP's moving. Last night I literally said XRP is going to be at $2.60 soon. Today, $2.58. 7%, 8% today. H-bar's moving today. H-bar pretty much moved like 9-10% today, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, H-bar moved today. XLM's moving. XLM, H-bar, XRP are moving. So like you're getting some green, some recovery, that's good and all, but we still could potentially flush out. It happened over here. Price literally looks like Bitcoin literally looks like here. This and this are like similar right now. Similar stages, same market sentiment. Everybody was panicking, freaking out. The market was at extreme fear over there. The fear and greed index. So we talk about the fear and greed index. Back in March and April, like end of February, March, April, the market was at extreme fear where we are like now. I was over here, like when Bitcoin had this phase. It's starting to build up a counter trend line too. Like over here started to build up that like counter trend line. That's starting to also build up like over here now. Bom, 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 bom. See? Well, it caused more pain, sending the market into a bear, because altcoins are already so low. It's like how much pain because you add to that. It's like those pretty much hit max pain. Like, people, like, are you gonna send them lower? Probably not. Most people are selling their tokens now, like giving it back to the market because they just don't want it to go down more. They're pretty much starved. So it's like the max pain. Let me see. I read something yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. It's like, I saw this, let's be real. The market doesn't move by luck. It moves when the big players decide it's time. if you are one of the big players, what do you think would cause the most pain right now? Starting a bear market this year? Or making people lose patience, sell everything, and then sending the market to the moon in 2026? Around 95% of people are already down on their altcoins, so if we drop more, it doesn't really change for them. But if you make them give up, sell in fear, and then run the biggest rally in 2026, that's going to be the real pain. So it's like, what causes more pain? Like making people sell their coins back and then pump the market, or just like people are already, like 90% of people are already down on their altcoins. Like right now. Like most people are down on their altcoins. Unless you're just like a Bitcoiner or an Ethereumer or XRPer, maybe a Solana person. Like you're just down. If you're just altcoins, you're down. So like for me, it's like what would cause the most pain? Just sending the market into a bear market. I mean, people have already lost their patience. People are already burnt out. People are already like sold because of like the fear. And just burnout. It's called burnout. People get burnt out from holding. You get burnt out from holding things for a long time. It takes up a lot of your energy. I'd say the market might be trying to just do those, like the big players are trying to shake out people as much as they can before they start like a big rally in 2026. Golden zone is the one. Yeah, golden. We call it golden zone. Gold. Yeah, no, the gold zone. Gold. The pip and dip. You call it pip and dip. You took $500 to 8K with. Whoa, fuck. Yeah, you're in the inner circle. Jez. Yeah. $500 to $8,000. Jez Wood. Take me to dinner. $500 to 8K. That's an inner circle student right there. Damn, son. 500 euros to 8K. Post that in the Discord, yo. I want to see that. That shit fires me up, yo. You know what fires me up? When you guys post your results and stuff after Signal, this, and that shit fires me up, fam. All right? Post that in Discord or school if you haven't. I want to see that. Damn, yo. Where are we going? Probably 4,200 at this rate. Like, we just went to 4,100, so we might, like, at this rate, we could potentially go to like 4,170, 4,200 at this rate. You know, like if we get retest, if we get another setup at this rate, the market is moving. We just crossed above. Look at, we just crossed above this moving average on the daily. See these highs to the left here? See that? Market gets above that too. Like that's pretty much could go to like 4,200, 4,170. There's that high there. Maybe we even get like above that structure point. Like I was saying, like right here, even like right there on the 4 hour, that's an important spot. That if we get above there, if we get above that high, we could break, retest, probably continue. Overall, like looking for continuations on gold tonight, going into tomorrow. Let the daily pull back, maybe start to form like a wick down, retrace a bit on the daily. That would be nice. We can get some retracements, maybe even back to 4,100. Yeah, like I said, pullbacks for continuations. I'm looking for a retest, pullback, continuations on gold. Short and simple today, guys. Again, I'm going to be on tonight in like 4 hours for the Inner Circle community. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We will be live in the Inner Circle. We got the rest of the month to go. Find some signals on gold. Find some trades. We found one today to start the week off. A banger trade today. Hit all take profits. That was a solid position. I just gave you guys the breakdown for that. Why I entered that trade. Again, one more time. I recognize, okay, gold's bullish. It's one thing maybe recognizing what price is doing. For me, it was like price is bullish, right? For me, it was price is bullish. It came into the supply and demand area here. You can see those candlesticks, right here, where you had buyers and sellers, kind of a consolidation before this broke out and makes a higher high here. Again, it makes a fluid movement. It's a straight movement. There's no pullbacks really. It's just solid 30-minute up, 30-minute up, 30-minute up, 30-minute up. That creates a higher high. So it leaves the supply and demand area. It comes back to supply and demand here, right? What also, again, like we talked about, there's a quarter level right there around that supply and demand level, 75. Price ends up rejecting off of 75 and makes a green candle. After that green candle, that's a rejection candlestick. That's when I'm entering the market, is after that candle. And again, I'm putting my stop loss below the previous candle's low, riding it up to the high, or maybe even trying to get like a new higher high. This trade was great. Pullbacks tonight, continuations. It could be pullbacks, or maybe price maintains and stays above this high. Like I said, there's maybe two things for tonight, okay? Like, you're either going to just like maintain this high that you broke above here, like a break and retest, and get some continuations. Maybe that continues price up. Or, like I said, deeper retracement down, maybe to retest 4,100, or a bit lower. It could be like 4,100, or even like 4,090s. Before potentially continuing up. All right, that's the play for tonight. $500 to $8K, fam. That's crazy. I want to see that. Tag me in that shit. I need to see this. I don't believe you. I'm kidding. I believe you, because we've seen some crazy stuff. Like, someone took $50 to $500, I think, today. Look, let's see. Look at this. $50. Deposit, $50. Balance, $487. So, the problem with a lot of you guys is this. You've been heading the wrong direction in trading. You signed up for groups that told you need to get funded to make money. You don't need to get funded. You don't need six figures, $10,000 to make money trading. You could make money with $50 if you know what you're doing and you have the right risk appetite. Like this student of mine, look at the date. 11/10. That's, again, today. Today's November 10th. 11/10. Look at the date. $50 deposit. Look at the profit. Balance. This is in European. This is in different language because they're just from Europe. But 50 deposit. That's deposit, profit, balance down here. Some of you guys have been trying to make. Some of you guys are making your trading harder for yourself, thinking you need to be like a 50K. You need to be on a 50K account, 100K account. Some of you guys might not be ready to handle that kind of money. Because, like, if you, let's say you have a $50,000 account, okay, you're going to risk $1,000 per trade, $500 per trade. Have you ever lost $500 before? You can't go from, like, the thing about, like, taking losses is controlling them in emotions and money. It's like, if you haven't lost $50 comfortably, you probably won't lose $1,000 comfortably, or $100. You have to kind of, like, the same way with trying to scale your wins. It's like, okay, like, unless like I'm comfortable risking, unless I've lost $1,000 before and know how it is, like, you might be more emotionally affected by that. You don't. The problem with people these days in trading is they act like you need money to make money, but like I have students, literally, look in the chat. Someone literally just said they flipped 500 euros to 8,000. So, like, you don't need, you know, this person's doing their $100 challenge. They're at 248 bucks. Yo, more of you guys should have caught gold. Come on. This guy, oh, he got them. What? Still, oh, what the heck? That's why we like gold too. Gold can provide those types of flips. Whoa, what is it? Wait. I'm confused here. I'm confused what I'm looking. Wait, what? That's confusing. Balance, equity, credit. Damn, wait, what? You got, wait, damn, alright. Oh, no, oh, damn. You got like a, okay. Explain that. If you're good at winning, you need to, yeah, just withdraw when you do that. When next time you do it, just withdraw and start over, or withdraw 80% of it and start over, because at least that way, if you lose, you still banked out. If you do that, like you flip 30 euros to 2,500. 30 euros. Like if you do, even if you flip it to 1,000, withdraw 800 bucks, withdraw 60%, 70%, 80%. And then start with what you have in your account. Flipping's not always about trying to just keep going. Because you could do a quick flip in one trade. And then boom, just pay yourself real quick. Or in a week, you don't need to like always keep going. Or start over, start the flip over. Try that like next time you're up. If you're good at winning, like I'm good at, me too. I can lose, I'm good at winning. And I get myself in situations where I lose the flip. I do that still too. Like that happens. Like, it's normal. Like at least you can recognize you're good at the getting there, like getting the flip. Like you're probably confident in that. Once you get to the stage where you're confident, you know you could start over and deposit money in an account. Yeah, we'll probably, yeah, like I said, it's gonna finish the day green, but it doesn't mean it's just gonna skyrocket. We're waiting tonight. Tonight we'll find another trade. Trust. Tonight I got my fucking sniper open tonight. I got my eyes like this tonight. No blinking. Just gonna watch the charts. No blink. All right. Gonna watch it. Oh, I blinked. Gonna watch every candle like this tonight. Yeah, this is a pretty big day for gold. I guess, yeah, someone even said last night, because like the government shut down, reopening and stuff, like, yeah, that's probably maybe fueling it, yeah. Uncertainty there, like what's, you know, inflation as well, inflation reports this week. Bro, if we can get like a wick down, like see what happened over here, if we can get like a wick down, like this type of stuff, we're good. If we get a good pullback, wick down, we could catch like a good move tonight or going into tomorrow. We have to watch it tonight, though. Gotta keep an eye on her tonight. Gotta keep an eye on her steady tonight, boys and girls, alright? My knee's shaking, so it's telling me something. The knee's shaking. The knee is shaking. Nah, 37 minutes till close. Like you're gonna get like, it'll usually do this at the end of the days. Like the before it closes, it'll usually pump. If you watch gold enough, you'll see a lot of times where it'll pump in the final hour of its closing. It does this a lot. You can watch gold every day of the week. through your weeks and your months, and you will literally see it pump a lot at the final hour of the day, or the last since we've been streaming. It does this a lot. Like seeing it finish green for the day like this it's normal. Like this is actually normal to see it pumping in this hour. It does it a lot. It does this a lot. Ask some of my students who have been like in the inner circle for a while. This is like a pattern we've recognized all year, where doesn't matter kind of where price is, it'll oftentimes finish the day like green. You'll notice that a lot with gold. I started to notice that 4 years ago. President Trump says inflation could reach 1.5% pretty soon. Lower inflation, lower interest rates, cheaper loans, more investing, potential rise in crypto and other assets. Yeah, gold's probably pumping ahead of like the inflation report. Market maybe is like, what if it's still like a higher, if it's like a 3.1%, what is it? What is it like what is 3.1% or some shit? Or what if they, yeah, like if it goes to 3.1, guys, fucking buy gold. Brace your crypto portfolios though. Like, if inflation rises, fucking buy gold. Not financial advice, all right? I'm on YouTube. Like, yeah, if we go to the forecast is 3, but what if we go to 3.1? That's probably why gold's already going up, because it's forecasted to 3. If it goes to 3.1, gold's bullish. U.S. government will probably be unable to release inflation. What's this? That was on October 24th, though. Oh, that was October 24th. Like, did the NFP come out? Like, did we get the NFP? Wait, did we get the? We didn't even get the NFP, did we? No, right? Yeah. If it goes to 3.1, that's bullish for gold. That's my opinion. I think if it goes to 3.1, that's bullish for gold. Or if it stays like high. That to me, bullish for gold. I think so. Let's see what inflation goes to. If it goes to 3.1, then fuck, I think, yeah, like to me that's bullish for sure. $3.1 would be a bullish catalyst for gold. I don't know if they even release it. Are they going to even release the data? If they don't release the data, we're still bullish on gold. If it stays like it's, I don't think it's going to go down if it does get released. I think it'll either stay the same or go up. Let's see. Because then, yeah, gotta brace your crypto portfolios this Wednesday, potentially. That's why I love gold. That's why I like gold. That's why I love gold. I mean, it's easier to understand in some cases. Some cases, not all the time, but most of the time it's easier to understand. Yep. Central Bank of Brazil data shows that its gold reserves have rose by 16 tons in October, meaning that Brazil, the Central Bank of Brazil, has added a total of 31 tons of gold to the reserves over the last 2 months. Central Bank of Brazil. More central banks still accumulating reserves of gold. Central banks. Brazil, Central Bank of Brazil just highlighted their reserves. They've been adding. Interesting stuff there. But yo, we're gonna be on tonight, guys. Again, bullish on gold. Oh yeah, damn. Oh, she did it. She fucking did it. Fuck. Cheese, Louise with molded cheese. I hope you withdrew. I hope you withdrew and bought crypto. Those fucking weekend swaps, eh? Ugh. Those fucking weekend swaps. Jeez, son. That's crazy. That's impressive. What comment on that? I see it on my phone. Yeah, I mean, like, once you have the skill set and a little bit of balls, this is what you need. You need the right, you need the right information, the right knowledge, the right psychology. Like, the thing most people don't have is the right psychology and mindset. They're not getting kicked in the ass by someone telling them what to do properly enough. They're just aimlessly doing things. You need the right psychology. You need some balls. You need a little bit of balls in there. I'll be honest, you need risk. You need balls. You need to be confident. Balls of steel. This is what you need. I'm being honest. You need balls. Alright? You need some confidence in yourself. You need, you need to take action. You need to take risk.
That is pointless. It is.
I've got balls of steel.
Yeah.
I've got balls of steel.
Yeah, that's what you need. Alright? Balls of steel.
I've got balls of steel. I've got balls of steel.
That's it? Oh, I wanted the one that went like, I picked the wrong one. Oh, I fucked up. That's what you need, alright? Need some balls. Seriously, I mean, you can't be so timid, too, to take risks. There's nothing... anything in life is on the other side of risk. Your comfort zone, outside of your familiar territory of what you're used to doing. You need, at some point in your trading career, a point where you... Because this is how you're going to experience a breakthrough. If you want to experience a breakthrough, you have to, at some point in your career, get to a point where you put on a bit more risk. Where you get a little bit more risky appetite, tolerance. So you can have that breakthrough that you're looking for. Because once you have that breakthrough, things change. That first $1,000 day. That first $500 day. That first $100, $200 day. That first $10,000 day. That first $10,000 month. $10,000 week. $1,000 week. Whatever it is, right? You want to get to that. One day you're going to need to not play it so safe, but you need to be confident in what you're doing and your strategy and why you're taking your trade. If you really want to experience a breakthrough in your trading career and propel yourself to another level. Most of my students experience breakthroughs and then they end up being like, holy shit, this shit's real. They have their first $100 day, their first $1,000 week or whatever experiences. And it's a breakthrough. You're like, oh my God, this is real. You have your first $1,000 day, the game changes. You have your first $10,000 month, the game changes. You have a $10,000 day, the game changes completely. That's when it really begins. Like, trading began for me the day I had my first $10,000 day. It took me 4 years to achieve my first $10,000 day in the market. It took me 4 years to achieve my first 10K day. After that day, I was having $10,000 weeks like it was normal, and then I started printing $20,000 days like it was nothing. After that day, everything changed for me. And that was in like 2020. So I was in 2020. I had my first $10,000 day. I remember exactly where I was, too. I remember like it was yesterday. It was in June. It was on Gold Cells. I was at Nikki Beach in Miami with a girl, chilling. I literally showed her like $10,000. She was like, what the fuck? And yeah, good day. I remember exactly where I was at the time. And that day just propelled me into a whole nother level. It just motivated me so much more. So I mean, like, some of you guys are looking for breakthroughs, looking for that result, looking for that breakthrough. One day you're just gonna have to put on the risk and be like, you know what, this account, like, let me see what I can do with it this week or this month. This $100, this $500, this $1,000, this $250. The reason I say that is because do you know how many times I had to start over to achieve my first $10,000 day? The amount of times I had to start over from scratch, to build it up again, to start over, to go back to work, to save up money, whatever it is, to get that L back, to get back to where I was, to refuel myself, to gain my energy back. Because when you lose, you take a bad loss, it takes away your energy. You go on a losing streak, you have a bad month, you blow an account, it's going to take away your energy, right? So you need to reharness that energy, right? That can happen in trading. I don't know when is NFP this week. Did you know about wealth generators? They hired me. I was an educator for them. They hired me to educate. I used to be an educator for wealth generators. They hired me to educate and teach. I used to work for them. They used to pay me to teach. Yeah, I know about them. They heard about me and one of my boys. We were doing our own trading thing. Me and my best friend Daniel, we were doing live trading, our own thing, and they heard about us and we were making noise in the industry, and they hired us to teach. I used to work for that company. That's where you know me from, eh? I used to work for that company, yeah. And then I ended up getting hired by another company. I was a contractor for them. That was a while ago. That was a long time ago. Go back on my Facebook. That was when Facebook. That was when everybody used Facebook. No one even really, like, Instagram was just for like taking pictures and like showing your, like, Instagram was like you would take a picture of your coffee and post it on Instagram, or your food and post it on Instagram. You know, you'd literally take a picture of like stuff, you know, like, that's when I would take a picture of like a book and post it on Instagram. That's why everyone was using like Facebook. Facebook was like huge. I remember those days. Another company, I used to work for IM. Wealth generators, yeah. How old was I? Like 17. I started trading between like 15, 16. Like, not trading. Like, I say I started trading at 17, 18 because that's when it really counted. But because like I wasn't at 15, 16. It was like I was learning about it. Fucking like it wasn't like I was like a trader. Can't say I was a trader then. But like 17, 18. I was around then. Like maybe 17, 18 years old. School, school wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy school. I couldn't focus on school. So one was like my attention span. It wasn't there in school. So I didn't apply myself. So like the problem some of you guys might label yourself like, I used to label myself as like, I'm not smart because of my grades, because of how I performed in school. I used to label myself because the world would label me too. Like people would be like, oh, you're not smart. You have a learning disability, this and that, whatever. You know, your teachers in school, they talk to you like, oh, if you don't do this, you're going to fail or blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't attentive in school. I didn't like school. It didn't really interest me. Like, I was just interested in making money at that age, learning how to make money. Like, in school, I was selling drugs, doing whatever I could to make money, right? Like, I was doing whatever I wasn't doing school. Like, I would sell what I could, what I could. So we won't talk about what I was. Yeah. So in school, like back in high school, like I was a rebel. I wasn't actually doing school because I didn't like it. I didn't apply myself. But trading was the first thing I applied myself to, other than my job and selling stuff. Yeah. I was with Richard Buterson, Fiat Berlin, so I don't know, man. Don't get Richard in trouble, alright? I don't care. You guys know what I do. Don't get my boy. Put my boy Richard out there. I'm still a child, all right? You can't take the kid out the man, all right? I'm still a child at heart. The older I get, the younger I stay. That's the key. Cardio, stamina. Run. Just run 5 to 10 kilometers a day and you'll keep the kid in you, all right? So hit your 5 kilometers, your 10 kilometers, and you'll keep the kid in you, all right? You'll keep your internal oven on. 5 kilometers a day, all right? Now what you got to do is to get there, you got to start with 10 minutes on the treadmill. You won't do your 5 unless you've been running. Like if you're out of shape and you don't exercise, you won't be able to do it right away. But how you can get to the 5 kilometers, how you can get there over time, right, is you got to start with 10 minutes on the treadmill every day. Go as far as you can, as fast as you can. You don't have to go super fast speed, right? And just start with 10 minutes. Put it on a decent speed so you're at least jogging and kind of running, not walking, right? Start with 10 minutes every day. Run on the treadmill every day. Before you work out. Before you lift weights. Not after. Do it before you lift weights. So, the 10 minutes, you do it one day, it'll feel like shit. You'll be like, fuck, I can... You start, you'll be like, fuck, I suck at running. Second day, a little bit better maybe. Like, the more you do it, you'll get a little bit better. You'll be able to do more in that 10 minutes over time. Maybe you'll up the speed after a week, 2 weeks. It takes 21 days to create a habit, so do it for 21 days straight. Because it takes 21 days to create a habit, but it also takes 18 days until you see progress. So, of something consistent. If you 18 days straight, 18 days until you actually start to see some progress, right? As long as you're consistent. But it takes 21 days to create a habit, so you want to do it for 21 days straight. All right, 21 days to create a habit. Yesterday, not yesterday. Well, yesterday I ran. Yesterday I only ran 2 miles. But the day before I ran like 3.8. So that counts. Yesterday I ran like 2 miles only, like 2 point something. But the day before, Saturday, I ran like 3.8 miles. Run every day. I would run every day. That's so Evan Cabral is key to success. Number 1, run every day. If not every day, every other day. If you can't do every day, every other day. I think I spelled treadmill wrong. Treadmill. I think I spelled that wrong. Probably. I don't know. Yeah. That's not how you spell treadmill. Start with that. All right. It says start with 10 minutes on the treadmill. Trust me. 10 minutes, not a lot, but it will get you progress. Eventually, you'll be. Your goal is to be able to do 1 mile in 10 minutes. That's your goal. Your goal. So the goal, if you can't do it, try. But most, because it's kind of above average. 1 mile in 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Like most average people can't do a mile in 10 minutes. So your goal, with this being said, the reason I'm saying start with 10 minutes is because the goal that you're working towards. Your goal is eventually to get to 1 mile in 10 minutes. All right? That's your goal. That's your 2026 plan. Now, start doing that before 2026, and you'll be ahead of everybody that makes New Year's resolutions on January 1st. And you'll feel like a new version of yourself. All right? Your goal is to get to 1 mile in 10 minutes. So do that. Now start with the 10 minutes. You probably won't do it your first time unless you're active, you already maybe have some stamina, cardio, you're fat, I don't know, but it's okay if you can't do it. 1 mile in 10 minutes is not the easiest thing. If you average everyday people can't do 1 mile in 10 minutes. You have to kind of be at least some activeness in you or have some good stamina, cardio. If you're not in shape, if you haven't been working out and you go try running 1 mile in 10 minutes, you'll be like, huh. After 3-4 minutes, you'll be huffing and puffing. You'll be like, oh man. Start doing that now before 2026. So then you'll be ahead of everybody that is starting their goals on New Year's. Their New Year's resolutions, new me, new year, new me, all that bullshit, right? You start doing this now. Look, it's November 10th. So by the end of the month, you'll have 20 days on everybody already. You'll be, So do that. Do that. Brazilian. My family's Brazilian and Portuguese. My last name's Cabral. That should be a little hint. Inner Circles tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Right here. Fucking jazz. Damn. 8 p.m. tonight, we'll be live in Inner Circle. The reason I'm saying start it today and now is because a lot of you guys are going to wait for new year, new me to start acting on your goals, and even the people around you too. Most of the people around you guys are going to be like that. So the reason I say that is because it doesn't take a new year to become the best version of yourself. You could start now. You could start today. And I just gave you guys a formula. I'm giving you guys a formula right now. It's one formula today that you could start doing that. Honestly, if you do this consistently for the next 30 days, you will feel like a new person. You'll have more energy. You'll be more active. All right? You'll feel like a new person. You'll feel younger probably. All right? Over 30, it takes 21 days to create a habit. So that's one little thing you can do that'll just fucking start sharpening you a bit, Trust, as a trader, I wouldn't be saying this as a trader if it wasn't, if I didn't feel like it was needed. As a trader, someone who's always on the charts, I wouldn't be talking about how important this is for me if it didn't change my life. And if it wasn't important to keeping me more sharp, more disciplined, more patient, just better grounded psychology. Start there. And then I already have students who have been doing it and they're thanking me like, bro, ever since I started doing what you told me to do, run 10 minutes a day and start doing that, I'm finally like here and it's changing my life. So just start at that. All right. We're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to check the chat. We're going to wrap it up in a few minutes here. Okay. HFX, yeah.
Oof. All day, huh?
It's sad losing you don't want to lose the inner child, man. The older I get, the younger I stay. I'm telling you, man. Everyone around me is getting older and older, and they're like, ah. I'm like, man, you got to keep the inner child in you. Keep your energy. There you go. See, Vinny's fucking 8.15 for a mile. See, there you go. That's above average right there. Treadmill, the thing you run on. The thing you run on, the thing you put the speed on, you run. I'd get my desk put in the hallway asking how the square root of a triangle is going to make. Yeah, like I'd never focused in school, and that's the thing. Like we probably a lot of us are in the same situation where we just didn't apply ourselves. Like I realized after trading, because like if the teacher came up to me and was like, Evan, if you don't finish that project by tomorrow, I'm gonna give you an F. Project's done in one day. Because we only use the best out of ourselves too when fire's underneath us. When you have like fire underneath you. How many times did the teacher tell you guys like, yo, if you don't do this, I'm gonna flunk you, you're not gonna pass, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get this done, and then you figure out a way how to get it done. So it's really about applying ourselves too. Like most of us probably didn't apply ourselves in school, so then we label ourselves as something, the underachiever, the person who's not smart, the person who doesn't have good grades, right? The world labels you as something before you even really figure out who you are yourself, right? There's a study from Harvard that the average human only uses 10% of their max potential. Jim Rohn talks about this. So Jim Rohn, there's a speech where he talks about, there's a study at Harvard, and most people only tap into 10% of their potential. 10% of what they're capable of, 10% of what they're possible of, 10% of their capabilities, their human capabilities, their strength, their speed, their wisdom, their smartness, their power, their direction. Like most people, 99% of people only tap into 10% of what they're capable of doing. Go look it up. Jim Rohn talks about it in a speech. So there's still like a part of you that has so much more capability that you have not found yet, that you haven't searched yet, that you haven't explored. And for me, trading was that one thing that allowed me to explore different things about myself, capabilities, apply myself in different areas of life, where I realized there's more to me, the power of thinking, the power of thought, the power of the tongue, law of attraction, the law of manifestation, like all these different universal laws that I tapped into with my mind. The body, even the body, after I started kickboxing and training, I realized like I'm so much more stronger, I'm so much more faster, I'm so much more sharper, I can go farther, I can go the distance, right? So even some of you guys right now might only be using 10% of what you're capable of. 20%, maybe that's how you've been going the last few years. Maybe the last few years you've been in the game, but you've only been going 10%, a couple hours a week. Not a couple hours a day. Like Kobe Bryant was in the gym in the morning, the afternoon, and the night. Like Kobe Bryant, that guy was, if you listen to videos of him, rest in peace to him. If you listen to videos about Kobe, how much he practiced a day, 6 to 8 hours a day, every day, shots, every day. If you go listen to like Kobe Bryant's story, so it's like, some of you guys might be only using that 10% of your days. Like you might be only maximizing 10% of your days, 10% of your weeks, 10% of your months, which allocates to the year. Fucking gold, eh? Yeah, it's gonna push. You could leave your runners open and go break even. Like, I wish I still had some trades open, but I don't. Yeah, it's pushing, I see. I was just looking at the chat right now. That's why I don't have the screen on. Soon, there's videos. I just made the first videos on the scanner. I just made the first videos on the gold scanner. Hopefully by the end of the month they're all done, but I'm working on videos every day and they're getting edited. The videos are getting edited. Might take a little bit, but hopefully by the end of the month. Yeah, but we've been recording videos. They're getting edited too as we record and send them out and stuff. Go gold. We'll be on tonight, Inner Circle session. If you guys are in the Inner Circle, tap in tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern time. We will be live. I gotta go. I'm gonna go run now. Literally, I'm literally gonna go to the gym soon. Yeah, and then take a nap. I gotta go run. Peace, 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 peace. Tap in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube.